Now we have to be serious.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Take a big deep breath.
Very, very serious.
Okay. Okay. The demo today thought would be really fun I found this cute, I don't know if you've ever used the 10 Sisters grid.
I love it.
Yes. And so this is what we are doing today.
That is so beautiful. I love the colors. I love everything about it.
Yeah. It is
Look
really
at
fun.
she fussy cut it.
Yeah, I did. I fussy cut my little snowman. So I actually used a charm pack.
Really?
I did.
All that's from a charm pack?
Yes, it is.
I got charm packs at home.
Charm packs are fun.
Mm-hmm.
So let's head on over to the cutting
machine
table and we will start doing our demo.
Okay, I'll carry this. Okay, so we got a spot we can put this.
Yeah, we could maybe set it right there. All right, there. So if any of you have seen the easy piecing grid, it looks like this. It almost looks like interfacing is what it is, and it's printed, and it has pre-printed squares on it. So it actually comes in different sizes. So there is a 2-inch finished, there's a 1.5 inch finished, there's a 1 inch finished, and there is a 1/2 inch finished. Whoa. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different sizes. And the nice thing about it is that you can do the same pattern
on any size.
On any size. It will just be either tiny or it will be really big.
Oh, we better cut this.
And so
see,
this
Susan can't tell what you're saying.
All right. Be careful. That's
Sorry.
hot.
Yep, hot.
No. Okay. So what we're going to do. So what else? Yeah, the grids. But I'm going to kind of go through a step-by-step of.
Can you hear her now? They're saying they can't hear you.
Oh.
Maybe we had that down too loud.
Okay. Can you hear me okay? You still can't hear?
Chris is saying, yep.
You can hear us? Okay, good. All right. So this is the pattern that we're going to be using. And so in a package, you get 6 panels. And we're going to use 2 of those panels. So on one panel, we are going to be doing.
This takes 1 panel?
This takes 2. Oh. This panel, this is a panel here. And this is a panel. And minus 2 squares. So you will use 2 of them. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you actually how you do the easy piecing method. And I'm going to do it on something a little bit smaller.
Oh, okay.
But you follow the exact pattern on here. Can you see? Oh, my lips.
Susan.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Susan. Okay, so then you will follow and the grid. So
what size grid?
Okay, the one I'm using, this is the one, it's the 1 inch finished. So you will cut squares 1.5 inches. So for this particular.
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
So you're going to cut them 1.5 inches, and this right here is 1.5 inches.
Yes.
But it finishes at 1 inch?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you got your seam allowances.
Right. And I'm going to show you how fun this is going to be. So you'll cut all of your 1.5 inch squares. And it says on the pattern how many squares right here. So from a background, you're going to need 90 1.5 inch squares. Then you're going to need 52 prints of something. And then you're going to have to do 20 half square triangles. And I'll explain to you what we do with that. So in my little demo, I'm going to just show you, first of all, can you see? I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So I am going to just do a 6x6 grid for now to show you how it works. But you will have a bigger piece to
6x6 grid means 6 blocks.
6 squares this way, 6 squares this way. And as I do it, you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
So my first round, these are all of my 1.5 inch squares. And then to do your half square triangles, you will take one of each of your background and one of your colored. You put right sides together. You will draw a diagonal line from here to here, and you will sew on that line. So it will look
You're
like
sewing on that
I'm
line?
sewing on the line. I don't know if you can see how I sewed it down there. Okay, so then after that, you will just cut. You'll take your scissors or your rotary cutter, and I just do 1/4 inch. And so I will cut that off. Then I will open, and there's my half square triangle. Okay, so, and on these, I like to press my seams open.
Oh, open.
Yes, because they, it will get rid of the bulk.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And so another thing that I also loved is this little hand iron. We do have these on our website. So, but it's just little, and then I can press it open. So I'm going to just use it and press it open.
Wow.
Isn't
That's
that cool?
awesome. Nice.
Okay. And I'm going to be doing 20 of these for the tree.
I need to get mine out.
Yeah. The nice thing about this is if you're a machine embroiderer and you have to,
Can I?
yeah.
Can I
Yeah.
see
Do you want to see?
Yeah.
What?
So we have this on the website.
Yes, we do.
Does it come with?
No.
I didn't even say a bad word. That was hot.
Yeah. No, it does not. Someone made that for
That's
me.
pretty nice.
Yeah. So I'm just going to what? Did you just burn your finger?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, well, don't lay this on your mat either.
No.
Because I melted my mat.
Oh, I feel better now. Okay. Good.
Well, it's not my finger. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just finish. The little Lisio irons are also really good with this. So I'm going to open it up. You'll see this all will make sense once we get going.
Do they open them up on there too?
Yes, I always do.
Try not to get that, huh?
Yeah. And this one has like a low, medium, and high.
Oh.
So I have it on medium.
Oh, that's doing a pretty good job.
It melted melted this when I had it on high. So just so you know.
Oh, why don't we say that?
Okay. Uh-oh.
What happened?
They said we lost you. Do you still see us? Okay, we're all good. Okay.
Okay, so tell us
Yeah,
about
don't
this.
lay it on the wool mat. This is the little clover iron. This is an awesome little tool for just anything, crafts or
Getting in those small corners.
you want to
too.
see the holder? If you have a handy husband or someone
or yourself,
you can make this. But
Don't touch the metal.
Don't touch the metal like Kyle did. So then it just sits on there like that. And then you don't have to worry about melting your mat or
your fingers
or anything else. All right. So once I've done that,
you were saying about this comes in. It has
well, this particular model has 3 different heat settings. Okay. So I think the new ones probably will. There's a high, medium, and a low. I just have mine on medium. When I had it on high, it melted the Pellon because it was too hot. So don't do that. So, all right. So any questions about the half square triangles, cutting your 1.5 inch, or if you buy the 2-inch finish, you will cut your squares at 2.5. If it's 1, you will do 1.5. If it's 1.5 inch finish, you'll cut them at 2. Yeah.
Look at that.
Does that make sense? Okay, so everyone understands that that's how it works. So in your packages, they come with 6 panels. So when you purchase the panels, you'll get 6 of them.
Somebody stored theirs in a large glass jar.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just like a canning jar.
Tie it up like that.
Yeah, and just putting it
Don't
down
let
in there.
Touch your
Yeah. Yeah, it
cord.
works out good.
That's a
So
good idea.
that is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Susan did the 2.5 tree and it turned out really cute. So I think I loved it. It turned out great. So, all right.
Somebody puts it in a big coffee mug.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are like geniuses.
I know they are.
They're part of my club.
Yeah. Kenzie says, Kyle, rinse your under the cold water. Yeah. So, okay.
Didn't hurt it that bad. I don't
All
have
right.
any blisters.
So I hope you can kind of see that on here.
Okay, I got a question. Which way are you putting it up?
Okay, that's a very good question. So on this, there will be a smooth side, and then there will be a bumpy side. The bumpy side will be the one that will have
Has
the
the glue?
adhesive.
Yeah.
Has the adhesive.
Okay, good.
So, and then there is a border on here. I'm gonna just
Trim it off.
trim it off so we don't, because it does get
Are
on.
you doing it right on the line?
Yes, right on the line, and because it does kind of ruin your iron.
Yes.
It will stick. It will stick to it. So
I
I'm going
remember
to trim.
trimming it.
I'm just going to trim. On the tree, I wouldn't trim it until after. Until after.
After you put the tree on?
After you put all of your squares on. Okay. So here is my 6 by 6. 6 squares this way. 6 squares on this way. And if you can kind of see, there's a the printed grid on there. I'm going to lose my voice.
Yeah, you are. Don't do that.
You may have to take over.
Okay.
So then after you have all of your squares cut out.
And you want them pretty precise, right?
Well, you can, it's a little bit forgiving. So
Good.
if they're not exactly, it still is okay. You're going to take, I'm going to just put my background and I'm going to fit it inside the square. It's not going to touch the black lines because the black lines are going to be our fold lines.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm going to just lay them on inside each square so that I can see the black dotted lines. This part is kind of, this is a good time.
I found this fun.
Yeah, it really is relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like putting a puzzle together.
Unless you put it on the wrong side and then they all fall off.
That's true. That's true. And then you adhere this to your whatever the bottom is.
Okay.
So you will do this all the way. I'm going to just do this all the way around because I'm just going to show you just quickly how this works.
Okay.
So on your pattern, you'll see that, you know, how you.
Can we lift it up again?
Yep, sure can.
That way we can see the comments too.
Okay. Oh,
did I touch something?
okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to touch anything, just either.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all good. Any other?
Okay. You can audition fabrics before it's permanent. Yeah.
Yes. So if I don't like a specific.
Teflon sheet works good.
Yes, that's right. There's all kinds of stuff. The Teflon sheet. So the idea of this is making sure that you are inside that grid, that black grid box that is on.
You don't want to go over the lines.
No, because then we're going to fold it on the black lines. So you position that all in. Now, if I'm happy with what I'm doing here, I don't want to lay down everything. I want to press it and keep it in. And that's why I love this little iron. Because if you were to take a little iron, you know, and try and go over this, then you might end up cutting over here. So that's what's nice about this. I'm going to just hold that in the center.
That's genius.
And then,
why don't I ever think of these things?
well,
That's a good idea.
You would have. But anyway,
Mhm.
this is an awesome little tool. So it just barely, I don't have to go through the whole thing. I just want to make sure that it's in the center.
Love it.
I thought this was a great idea. And I
Mhm.
had one at home, and so I was like, oh yeah, let's try it. And it was the best. Because then when you get to this point,
Mm-hmm.
we go around.
Because it's hard not to come over the edge
It is.
with a big iron.
Yes. So when you're wanting to do little pieces, this is perfect. Okay, so then if I lifted this up, then it's attached. It's all attached.
Nice, because I hate when they all fall off.
Because then they all fall off. All right, so then I'm going to do another row. And I'm just going to do this random. I used a charm pack called Snowed In.
I love this one.
It's a Riley Blake one. And I'm just going to, and I love it because you have so many different colors.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to randomly put it the next layer. And see, yes, there's my cute little snowman that I fussy cut here. So I'm going to do this. You can see how time consuming this part of it is.
It is, but it's kind of fun.
But it's like, it's therapy. I love
We need therapy some days.
I do. Well, especially today. I definitely will need therapy. I'll have to go home and just
recover.
Do something. Okay. So I'm going to trade.
Okay. So this is why you don't put them down as you go.
Right. So here I can decide, well, let's maybe do this.
Okay.
Okay. There. I'm happy with that. Now, if I happen to do this, I'll show you what you mean. I'm going to just iron a few of these on. Oh, wait, I don't like that anymore. So I'm going to it will just come off like this.
Nice.
So then you can put re-put it back on there.
Okay.
And then
try it again. Nice.
Isn't that cool that you can reposition
and you could always just go this way, however you want to do.
Yeah.
Could we start in the middle if we want?
You sure could. So there's no right or wrong way to put it on the grid as long as you keep, see, I have this one a little skiwampus.
Oh.
So I want to make sure that it's inside the black.
The dotted lines?
The black dotted lines that aren't printed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know you want to just go home and get your stuff out and do it.
I do. I want to do another one. It's like doing a puzzle.
It is. So now what I want to do is now I'm going to use my half square triangles. Now there is kind of a tricky thing with the half square triangles. You want to make sure that your points point to the corners, because if you don't, then you kind of lose it a little bit. So it makes sure that it's
what you have
touching
to line
here
up.
And touching here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do.
Oh.
Let's see if I make sure that I do.
Are you doing a
pinwheel? I got to do
cute.
this. I always have to remember. Think about this one. Nope. It's got to go this way.
Yep. There you go. Look at that. Woo-woo, you did it.
Okay, so here is one. I want to make sure that my center seams.
So you're just going to keep a hold of it for a second.
Yep, and I'm just going to. And this is why it's so nice to have the seams open.
Yes.
So then, okay.
I'm going to get my thing out of my drawer. I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, so if it's been in your drawer,
need to get it out.
Brush the dust off.
Yep.
All right. So I'm making sure that my corners are, so there you go.
All right.
This is just kind of a random, little thing just to show you. Then, ta-da!
Look at that. They're all tacked.
They're all tacked down.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions so far with what we've done?
Wish I had that many. I only used the two sisters.
Yeah. The brand is Clover, is put out by Clover. So we have it on our website. So you can, there is a newer version of what I've got. So I don't know if I dare do this. There we go.
There you go.
To get rid of that.
We're a little gun shy.
I know. It's like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to see the tree. Okay. Let me show you again this tree. Okay. Isn't that just cute?
Now look how small those squares look because she's taken her seam allowance.
Yeah. So this is actually 2 pieces. So let me show you on the pattern again. So then this will make more sense to you. Okay. So this part right here, you would, just what we did before is you would follow. I can't even get my finger right. Okay. So you would do this portion right here, this part of the tree. And then you would get them all ironed on. And then you would do this side. And it helped me to do it this way. So I would lay my grid like this. And then I would put the first row on. Then I would do the second one. And I'd go and so forth. And then when I did the second piece, then I would lay this piece up above here, above my mat. And then I would lay this out. So that way I can see what fabrics I put here on the bottom. And then I won't get duplicates if you're wanting to kind of do it more scrappy. Does that make sense? And they
just butt up next to each other, right?
Yes. Yep. So once you've done, there is a little bit of a lip of excess, the stabilizers or the grid. I would not cut that off. I would leave that on right there. Then you can cut this one right on the black line and butt it, and then iron that 1 second piece right up here.
Oh,
and then you can do it all in one instead of the 2 separate. Then that becomes one. Okay.
Okay. Somebody had a question. Can you explain to them again about the grid sizes and what they come out to be?
Okay. So there is a 2-inch finished.
That means you
cut them at 2.5. There is a 1.5 inch finished, and you cut your squares at 2 inches.
Because your grid will be 2 inches, but when it's finished, it'll be.
Yeah. The one I'm using is a 1-inch finished. So I cut my squares at 1.5 inches. And then they have one that's a 1/2 inch finished. You cut your squares at 1 inch.
I did that once.
I've done that too. And if you love tiny, yeah, you will love this. So, whoops, there we go. So my second piece, actually.
You can't even tell, huh?
You can't even tell. It's right here.
Nice.
Right there. So that's the 2 panels.
I can't even see it.
This one worked out to be about, let me measure this. It's like a 15 1/4 by 17 1/2. And so the actual grid.
You can make it however big you want.
Yeah, this is one panel.
Oh, that's what the panel comes in?
This is what the panel looks like. So put this up against, and I'll show you how little it goes down. See, that's just that part. Look how, no, now my arm's in the way. Let's do it this way. That's how big it is.
Wow.
And then
but the seams bring it down.
Yeah. So let's just do a seam really fast. Okay. So once I have this, I'm going to bring this down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take it to my machine, and I'm going to fold right sides together.
That's on that dotted line.
Yep, on the dotted line. And so you can see the dotted, I don't know if you can see the dotted line. Okay, and I'm going to take it to the machine, and I'm going to sew 1/4 inch all the way down. So I'll do that really fast.
I'm gonna show them that.
Okay.
If you'll let me know if I'm showing them, if they can see what you're doing there.
Okay. So here we go.
Okay, 1/4 inch seam. You have to do it with your finger, I think.
Oh, okay.
And you did not back stitch?
Nope. And I'm just using my regular presser foot instead of my 1/4 inch.
And you didn't change the stitch length?
No, this is at 2. Okay. So now,
Okay.
now that I've
Can they
got-
still see that?
Yeah. Can you see how I sewed that?
Oh, it's magic.
It is magic. So I'm going to, before I should have done this before, but I am going to take just my regular iron and I'm going to press.
Oh, you're going to make sure it's all pressed?
I want to make sure that it's all pressed. Just to make sure. Because then it won't lift up. I had one of them lift up on me and it didn't catch in the seam. And so, and this is where your pressing sheet would be really good. I'm going to have to make sure that I clean this iron.
Could you iron from the back?
Yes, but I would be careful, especially
You don't want to scorch it?
you don't want to melt it
Mm-hmm.
like I did that other one. All right, so
Can
now,
they see that?
okay, there we are. And so now there's my first seam right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and okay, so then when you're done with that, this is what's wonderful. You're going to take and the intersection where the lines meet, there is a little
Plus sign, whatever.
Yeah, what is it?
Mm,
Something hair. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I have
right.
no idea.
Yeah, it's okay. There's a little X in the center, and I'm going to just clip my seam.
Just below your
You don't wanna,
seam.
But don't worry if you happen to clip the thread.
You try not to.
You try not to, but if you do, don't worry, because then you'll catch it with the seam going the opposite direction. Okay.
True.
So now I do that. See, I should have, let me press that.
You're just trying to get those to stay down.
Yep. All right, I've clipped my seams. So I've clipped them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I open it,
Okay.
then I'm going to, this is a really important step.
Okay.
You want to press these open in the direction.
Press them open. What do you mean?
Well, press them to one side.
Oh,
so
opposites?
Yes. So one here, one here.
Can they see
one
that?
Here. I don't know. You're running the camera, dear.
I can't
Can
see.
you see? Okay. All right. Maybe you can put it back up here.
Okay. So let me do that.
Yeah, let's put it back up here. I got to have eyes on the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I've got this sewn and I've got it clipped. So I'm going to take my first one and I'm going to press it towards.
Oh, this is nice that you have a
This
small
way.
iron again.
Yeah. Then I'm going to press this one going in this direction. And you'll see why.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to press this one going this way. This one will go this way in this direction. Then this one will go this way, and this one will go this way. Okay, so in opposite directions.
Okay.
You see how that worked?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do that, when you go back, you'll sew all of your rows going one direction, and you'll do that with every row. Then you will go back, and we're going to be doing this direction. So when we fold it the other way, like so, then when we've pressed, see our seams, one will be going one way.
They're nesting that
They're
way.
nesting this way.
Nice.
And so then I will sew 1/4 of an inch going all the way in the other direction.
Okay. Can you show the clipping again?
Yep. Let me sew another.
Okay.
Let me sew another row. and then we will clip it again. So I'm folding it. Okay, I'm folding it on that black dotted line.
Okay, I'm going to leave the screen right here.
Okay, I'm just going to sew 1/4 of an inch on the folded side.
Okay, so she's sewing another 1/4 inch on the next row, right?
If you want to talk about what our
Deal of the day is?
yeah.
Okay, deal of the day. We have the grid, all different sizes of the grid on sale today. They come in a package of 2?
6 panels.
6 panels. So you could do 3 of these, right?
Yes.
And this the different sizes, the 2.5. Do we have a 2.5?
Yes, we have all sizes.
2.5, 2 inch, 1.5, 1 inch, and a 1/2 inch, right?
Yes.
Those are the different sizes that we have today on the deal of the day.
And we also have the
Charm
pack
Charm packs.
that I used.
What's the name of that
It's
one
called
again?
Snowed In.
Snowed In is on the deal of the day also.
And there's something else as a surprise.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
surprise?
Yes, we love surprises.
I don't know.
Okay, so I just went ahead and I did 2 more. So you
Oh,
can
okay.
see I'm going to go all the way across. And
Look at the difference in the sizes.
Yeah, already.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, now to clip them, I'll try and do this so that you can see. All right. So here's my intersection. Crosshairs. That's what it was.
Crosshairs, yep.
You'll see that on. I'm going to snip
Right
the
on that
seam.
dotted line.
To the seam that I just sewed. Okay.
Nice. And you would do this all the way along?
Yep, the
one
whole way. So now I'll do the same thing. I will press each.
So that whole row is going to go the same way?
Yep.
Or are you doing every other?
Every other.
So these go down.
So when they're going to go this way, I always do them the same. So this row will all go this way. This row will all go this way.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Okay.
So because when I go to fold it, it's so much easier if it's pressed. Believe me, if you try and do this without pressing it, then it makes it really difficult. So look how nice that folded. So this one will go this way, this one, and right here.
Okay. Yep.
So then I will take and it will be the same all the way, and also 1/4 of an inch going this direction. And then I'll open it and press it
and fold the next one.
It. Yeah. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay.
Did that help?
Okay.
Yep.
I am using the 1.5 inch finished. No, 1 inch finished. So that's what.
So you order a 1.5 inch.
No, you order. Well, they say 1 inch finished.
Oh, that's what you have to look at.
Yeah. Whatever the finished size is. So I'm using this one is the 1.5, 1 inch finished. So these are 1 inch finished squares on this one. Okay. I know it's a little bit confusing.
Okay. So it tells you right up in here, 1 inch finish, use 1.5 inch cut squares.
Yes. It says right on the panel. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. I wanted to kind of show you some things that I have, made using this grid. It's really been a fun thing to do. So I wanted to show you. This is actually, we found some kits of this one. Many of you might recognize this. This one. We had some kits downstairs, so I put this on deal of the day as well. There's that one.
Oh, the kit?
Yeah.
Is that the surprise?
Yes. So this is in the deal of the day too. So Scrappy Heart Quilt is what it comes with. It comes with the grid and the fabric. So that's also in the deal.
Enough to make this whole thing?
Yeah. So it's really fun. Okay. And then I actually
This is amazing.
was a crazy person and I did this quilt. This is using the easy piecing grid as well. I'll show you a little bit. So you can do each block And the nice thing about it that I love about this is that you don't have to pin, and your points and your seams come out really nice. So that I also did that with the Easy Piecing Grid. And that's a pattern. I got that pattern from this book, and we have this on the website.